My name is Claire Dadswell and I am Glass Designs on North Street is my shop and studio, and as well as a local trader, I am a local resident. I've been here quite a while, since 2011 I've been in the shop, and the shop's existed since 2003, and I dread to think what the effect it will have on my shop that's actually thriving at the moment.
Just hearing your thoughts on the SBLN plan.
Yes.
How does it affect you, your business? Are you with or against it? This kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you wouldn't mind sharing your thoughts on it now, that would be great.
Yeah, well, I am not for it. I don't think it's a good idea. I'm not sure. I don't think overall how it's going to improve the area. The area works pretty well. From what I can see, is they're forcing traffic onto North Street and Coronation Road. I think it would deter people coming into the area to shop, which I would say probably easily half my customers are from outside the area. So that worries me.
Hi, I'm Derek. I run the Lion stores on North Street. It's been in this area since 1897. It was originally in East Street. It was sold and then they bought this one and bought one in Warden Road. And living here, I've seen numerous changes. Yeah, it's I'm dead against it. I know it's gone out. There's another consultation. I think it's costing like 1.3 million for this consultation. And it's all designed by people that don't live in the area. So what gives them the chance to say what they should impose on everybody? It's going to cause mayhem. People driving down roads and all of a sudden they find themselves in a bus gate they can't get out of. It's just a mental situation when traffic runs normally round here. You can't say that it's about pollution, because all the pollution figures have dropped right down. So it's not about that. It's about control, money and fining people. That's all there is about it.
Hello, my name's Joy and I've worked at Rare Butchers for 10 years. Chris is the owner, Chris Chirpick, and he's had this butcher's here for 14 years, but there's been a butcher shop on this site for 100 years. As I say, I think the main thing is that it's divided the community. There are many people that are against it, but there are people that are in favour of it. However, I do have to say that this area of Bristol has always felt safe to me. I've lived here over 30 years. It's a very green area. We get very few accidents. The main problems we have at the moment, as all over the country as well as all over our area, are due to potholes. They're dreadful. There are so many potholes. So I know there's a certain amount of money that's been ring-fenced for this scheme, but we do feel, I feel, both as a resident as someone who works here, that there are better ways to spend any money that's available than to go ahead with a scheme that is divisive and has not really produced results in East Bristol that are conclusive in any way. Well, one of their drivers is to reduce the road usage by cars. That's very clear. But there are certain people that need to drive. For example, my own husband has mobility issues and I have to drive him everywhere. He can't access buses. He's had bad experience with taxis. So I have to drive him even, down the road to the dentist, let's say.
I'm Catherine Cook. I'm owner of the business in Hare, 54 North Street. I've been in the area trading. Next year will be 30 years. So we've seen some changes. Concerned with the businesses, the council's not told us anything what they're planning for North Street. I'll probably keep the clients that can walk here. My clients who live farther afield are struggling to get into Bristol now. I think the new Bedminster roundabout will put a lot of them off who'll come over from Bradley, Stoke and up from Gloucester. Access in Bristol from Nelsey and Clevedon is a struggle with the buses. There's no buses that go through Southville, so that's another problem for clients that are elderly and they can't walk, but they could go on a bus. There are no buses. I've got Jan sat over there who's 90, her neighbours bring her. It's less than a 2-minute journey. Now they're going to have to go out onto Coronation Road and come all the way around. You know, to me it's impacting, they're worrying about it now, so it's already impacting their mental health. They only come here once a week, that's their only trip out of their house. Their shopping is collected by neighbours. That will probably have to stop because they won't be able to drive to Loudie. So this is concerns being raised by all my clients, and it's their concerns, it's my concerns, because I'm the next in line where they'd be worrying how they're going to get to me.
I'm Cleo. I am the owner and therapist in the beauty room here on North Street. I've had the salon here for 19 years, coming up to 20 soon. I've owned my own business for over 40 years, so I feel I know what's good and what's bad and what's needed, and now there is the possibility it might change, which is a bit worrying. We have a few little problems, but people can get by them. I mean, it's bad enough that half of the one side of North Street is closed off because it's resident parking only. So parking is difficult anyway. If they do what they're saying they want to do, it would just ruin the shopping trade. They say they're meant to be for small businesses, but you know, it's really going to affect us badly.
Are you being made aware of any funding or grants offered by the council to support businesses that could be affected by the change?
No, not at all.
No, no, the council's not been in touch with me once.
No.
No, I've had no letters from the council.
Well, they've contacted us. We've been part of the consultation process. But I mean, what can they do in terms of support? Someone offered to put benches on the street. Well, that's not really going to help one way or another. As I say, the main problem here is deterring people from going down the wrong way because it's dangerous, especially if children are out. And, you know, we all know as residents it's one way. But you do have to be on your guard and look both ways, because there's even professional drivers that go down the wrong way because it's convenient.
We were led to believe it's about the emissions, where it's not. They obviously don't care about the emissions because we're having to drive twice as far.
Friendly, it's a community. For technically, I suppose we're in a city where we are, but it doesn't feel like we are. You know, we were I lived 10 years in London where you never knew a neighbour, whereas here it's totally different. You know, I live 2 minutes walk away, and it takes me a lot longer to get to work because I'm constantly seeing people I know. You know, and you know, like whether there's a trader. You know, it's a feeling of a community here. You know, amongst the traders and the residents.
I feel the high street is a fragile area. I mean, it creates the basis of a livable area. Once you get all the shops closing down because they can't pay their rates, or because they haven't got enough people coming through the door to pay staff and that, it just impacts. I've lived here when we've had ram raids, windows being broken, shops boarded up, and to be honest, it was a right old shithole in those days. Now it's come up. You need to keep the standards running.
You know, this is small businesses where you want people to stop, park up, get out, have a walk around, look at all the shops, go into some of the cafes or the restaurants. You know, if this happens, that won't be what will happen.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's taxpayers' money that's being wasted on something that nobody wants. There is no funding for mental health for children. The potholes are horrendous. All this money spent on consultations, it's just a total waste. Ask the people what they want. Southville is not a rat run.
Do you think that there is a better use the council could be spending the money on?
Yeah, I think just making the streets lovely to walk along, you know, even pavements. Mm-hmm. I mean, making it a pleasant area, you know, like Clifton's got the lovely lamps and all, you know, and lovely bins and things. Make our area lovely for people to walk in, and encourage the sense of community that we already have. You know, put a cafe in the park, lose, you know, things like that. You know, it works as it is. You know.